What's up, guys? Welcome to lesson 2.5, dividing integers. Let's do it. So here we have negative 480 divided by negative 16. And by the way, remember, this fraction symbol is just a division symbol. It's the exact same thing. Now, if you wanted to, you could set this up. Well, and by the way, when we have a negative divided by a negative, the negatives cancel out. So this is just basically 480 divided by 16. Now you can carry out the multiplication if you wanted to. 16 goes into 48 3 times, so on and so forth. But I can tell you this will end up being 30. So it'd be 3, 48, you bring down the 0, 0, so on and so forth. But this ends up becoming simply a positive 30. All right, let's go on to number 30, coincidentally. So we have 4QR divided by 2R, and we're gonna plug and chug here. So let's go ahead and plug in these values. Remember, we just replaced the Q with a negative 16, just like this, and that R is replaced with a negative 8, divided by 2 times negative 8. Now notice, we again here have two negatives. Two negatives in this same sort of multiplication string, they cancel out. So this is all going to be positive, but 2 times a negative 8, that's going to be negative. So let's go ahead and do this. And we can even, just like up here I said, this fraction symbol is like a division symbol. Down here we can look at it in the same way. We've got a negative 8 in the numerator, a negative 8 in the denominator. Those guys cancel out. We don't have to worry about those, right? Just like in a fraction, the common numbers cancel out. So now we just have 4 times negative 16 divided by 2. Well, 4 times negative 16 is going to be negative 64. These negatives now cancel out, actually. So this guy's still going to stay negative, divided by 2. And that gives us a negative 32, and done. So now we got to go on to number 32. The final scores of contestants on a game show were negative 14, 0, 78, negative 12, 46, and 64. What is the mean score? All we got to do is to calculate the mean. Oops, we got 2. This is too quick here. So we're going to undo that. So all we got to do is we got to add them all up, add all these numbers up, and then divide by the number of scores that there are. 78 plus negative 12 plus 46 plus 64. And divided by what? How many scores are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So how do we divide this? How do we kind of do this quickly? Of course, I like to do it mentally. So 64 plus 46, that's 110. Minus 12 is 98. Plus 78 is 176, minus 14, 166, 162. So we end up having 162. Hopefully I did that correctly. 162 divided by 6. 6 goes into 16 twice. 12, 4, 2, and a 7. 7 times 6 is 42. So we know that our final answer is going to be 27. So feel free to double check my math in case that mental math was incorrect. All right, now we go on to number 38. It says replace with a less than, greater than, or equal to symbol. So what's going on with these two guys? Do I even need to evaluate them? Well, what we have over here is a positive divided by a negative. This is going to be negative, whatever it is. This is going to be positive, whatever it is, because it's a negative divided by a negative. So what's always going to be larger? The positive. Now I'll tell you, this is going to be positive 3, this is going to be negative 3, but that's a dead giveaway right there. Now let's go on to 42. 42, we're solving for x here. So we're saying what number divided by negative 17 gives us 35. Now the way to solve this is we want to get this negative 17 out of there. We want to do something called variable isolation. So we do the opposite of this operation. X is dividing negative 17. We multiply both sides by negative 17. Okay, we're going to multiply this. This cancels out. These are opposite operations. So we're just going to have x over here. The question is, what is negative 17 times negative 35? First of all, the negatives cancel out. We already know that. This one I cannot do mentally. It's pretty big, so we're going to go ahead and do it. 7 times 5 is 35, 21, 24. So 0, 5, 3, and we'll do it over here. We got 5, 9, what is this? Did I do that? 21, 24, so that's a 2, 3, that's a 5. So this ends up becoming positive 595. Let's go to the final question. It's a word problem. In October, the full price of a television is $695. Over the next 7 months, the price of the television drops a total of $140. How much did the price of the television drop each month on average? So we're going 140 is how much it dropped total over 7 months. So if we want to know how much it dropped per 1 month, all we got to do is carry out this division problem, and that will give us our number. So if we said, hey, it dropped this much over this many months, let's do the division. That gives us 20. If you're not sure how, just do the long division and you will see. Does that make sense though? Well, that means we dropped 20 in 1 month, the next month is 40, then the next month is 60, 80, 100, 120, and 140. So it drops $20 each month. There it is, and done.